Hi, everybody. Douglas V. Gibbs, Mr. Constitution. Equal pay. We've been hearing equal pay for equal work, equal whatever, for our entire lifetimes. The women's suffrage movement goes all the way back into the 1800s, and now there's an example. They say that women don't get equal pay for equal work, and it is the women's soccer team. The United States Soccer Federation has been paying the men and the women, and with different collective bargaining agreements, which they came to different agreements on. And if you look at the graphic here, what it basically shows is what the pay scale really is. The men do make more money than the women. In fact, 4 times as much when it comes to per game and all of that jazz. And the men get bonuses if they win and all that, which the women don't get, but they do get guaranteed pay for play, regardless of how well they do. There's a guarantee there, but they also wanted, rather than taking a collective bargaining agreement structured deal that's like the men's with more money, they decided they wanted a package in which they would have benefits, such as having additional players with a large, a good sized base salary, one-time signing bonuses, ticket revenue, severance benefits, injury protection, health, dental, vision insurance, pregnancy pay, guaranteed rest time, child care assistance, partnership bonuses tied to increased viewership, annual payment, use of player likeness, good faith efforts, minimum number of games, and a money for a post World Cup tour, none of which the men get. The reason why the men took a pay for play and not necessarily getting all the money for the benefits is because, well, there are Major League Soccer, professional soccer leagues, things like that, and they get all of their benefits from that. So they made the deal saying, hey, we don't want benefits, so rather than giving it to us in benefits, we'll take it in money. We'll take the bonuses, we'll take the additional pay, whatnot. But the women, knowing not having those types of benefits, said, okay, we want the less money, but we'll take the benefits. Based on what they get with the benefits and everything, women actually do get paid more in the long run, just not in cash. So a couple years ago, they did really well. They won their World Cup, and what wound up happening is they realized they were making less money than they could have had they have taken the men's deal because of all the bonuses they get along with going to the World Cup and all that jazz. So they sued, saying, hey, we're being discriminated against. But they didn't sue for equal pay. And this is where it really gets messed up. They're claiming, oh, equal pay, equal play. No, they didn't sue for equal. What they sued for is what the men have and what they have. In other words, they want to make as much in cash as the men, but they also want the benefit package. But the benefit package costs money. There's money involved there. Now, here's the constitutional part. And you're wondering, okay, Doug, Constitution guy, but what's this got to do with the Constitution? So now the federal government's getting involved. The Biden administration is getting involved, saying we are going to, play a part in what we want to do to help the women get equal pay, because the government has to make sure this happens because women should not get the equal pay that they deserve, and so on and so forth. Biden administration, Kamala Harris, all of these people have jumped into this. And the thing is, what's happening now is, and let's read the article. So we've got the women's soccer national team asking for a federal appeals court to overturn an lower court decision. Now, first of all, it's in the federal courts. All right, because for each win-loss tie the women that women players secure, they are paid less than men who play the same sport and who do the same work. That is gender discrimination. That is the claim. The original case was in 2019, March 2019, based, but what has wound up happening is that the court said no, because you actually get more money. You made this decision. You made this deal. you're getting not just equal pay, you're getting more than. Let me change this real quick, because there's another image I want to bring up for you. I want to read it for you, but I want you to see it as well. There we go. That's the one. All right, so let's look at this. This is what the judge had to say when it came to the case and what happened. Merely comparing what each team would have made under the other team's deal is untenable in this case because it ignores the reality that the men's national team and women's national team bargained for different agreements which reflect different preferences, and that the women's national team explicitly rejected the terms they now seek. In other words, they had been offered the men's deal. They said, we didn't want it because we want the benefits. Now they're saying, we want the men's deal, but we want to keep the benefits. And if you don't give it to us, we're going to scream discrimination. And what's interesting is now it's in the federal courts. The Biden administration is getting involved. And here's my question. Where in the Constitution does equal pay exist, or anything has to pay? Why should the federal government even get involved in this, first of all? Second of all, this idea that there is an equal pay for equal work, I know, and so I just probably lost some of the ladies that watch this. It doesn't exist, because there's circumstances that always exist. Well, there's women that don't get into the corporate world as high as executives, and they don't get paid as much. Well, that's because, they choose not to sometimes climb up the ladder because they want to have a family, they want to have babies, or they have benefit packages that the men don't have. Now, is there sometimes a disparity? Absolutely. But sometimes that's just also the reality of capabilities. For example, I was talking to a fireman last night, and he was talking about how the women complain because they don't get paid the same as fire. Well, they got capable of the same thing. They can't carry a 250-pound man over their shoulder out of a building. And like this fireman was telling me that when women get into firefighting, they're good for, if they're capable of doing the work, they're good for a few years. By the age of 30, women's bodies are not capable of keeping up with it. Men can for 30 years. Now, is that there are circumstances there that go beyond what's on the surface, just like there's circumstances beyond what's going on the surface here. That's my point. And first of all, second of all, the federal government's got no business getting involved because this is something that should be taken care of locally and through business and all that jazz. But the thing is, it's not about what they're saying it is on the surface. It's a narrative. It's creating division. It's creating clashes in our society. They want black and white up against each other. They want Hispanic and white up against each other. They want women and men up against each other. They want all this chaos. Hegelian dialectic. You create all kinds of chaos, you create opposition to what's going on, and then you come in with a governmental solution. Don't worry, everybody. The federal government's come in and fix the problem. Equal pay, get rid of racism. We're going to do all of this for you. All we ask is that you become bondaged dependents on the government. That's all we ask. Give your allegiance to the government rather than your patriotism and to God. Give it to your government instead, and we'll make all those horrible things go away because, government can do anything. All right, that's enough of this. We'll talk about more on another video, get back into more constitutional things. This is constitutional since the federal government has got no business being involved. But secondly, it's just really pushes a narrative that really isn't as true as they claim it is. Once again, there's always circumstances. This is like the people with the $15 an hour for fast food and all that. You're not, I have yet to get my order correct in fast food lines. Really? You want to be paid $15 an hour for an entry-level position? Entry level, you start there, then you move up to things that have $15 an hour. I mean, that's the way the system's supposed to work. But see, government's trying to get involved, interfere, and when they start interfering with the free market system, we get into some real trouble. All right, thanks for watching. Douglas V. Gibbs, Mr. Constitution. We'll see you next time on the video page. United we stand, combined we kick butt. God bless America, my friends. God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe and visit my sites at douglasvgibbs.com and politicalpistachio.com. We'll see you next time.